We got Misha Cirkunov back here on the program. He's going to be taking on Patrick Cummins at UFC Fight Night 138 on October 27th. Misha, how are you today?
Good, good. Thanks for having me on.
No problem, man. It's good to talk to you again. And you're actually in Las Vegas right now. I've been following you all over social media. I see all the pictures and everything. When did you get down to Vegas, and how long have you been training there?
I got here about like 3 months ago, and yeah, just getting used to the weather, getting used to the heat, getting used to the good training regimens, and it took me about solid, like, I would say, a month just to get used to everything, training in the heat, and it's different. It's different heat than what we have in Canada and stuff. So, but acclimatized took me a month, and I've been doing solid training at Xtreme Couture, Vegas, and UFC PI. Basically, completely different environment, completely different approach that I've been taking before.
Yeah, and it's obviously a big move. Now, is this a permanent move for you, or are you just doing your camps out here?
I really like it in here, and in Canada. I love Canada too, but unfortunately, Toronto is so ridiculously expensive, and I can't afford to live there. I can't afford to buy anything. So in Vegas, it's a lot more affordable, and the training is a lot better. And so I'll be here for now, but I'm definitely going to be coming back to Canada. So I'm kind of going to be going back and forth. But all my training and all the preparation, I'm only going to train in Las Vegas.
And I imagine the connection there is just because you trained at Xtreme Couture in Toronto. Was that sort of the connection there between Vegas? And I know you've trained at Xtreme Couture like years ago. Did you just sort of call up Ray Sefo and you're like, hey, can I come back and train?
No, like before when I was in Vegas, I used to train at Cobra Kai Las Vegas. It's a gym with Mark Lehman. But this time I decided, I was just looking, doing the research, and I was trying to find kind of like one of the toughest teams like around in US kind of thing. And there was an option of obviously AKA, and then Florida, American Top Team, and I was looking at Las Vegas at Xtreme Couture, and I really liked how many big guys train at Xtreme Couture, and I was thinking, I was trying to basically find the best team that I possibly can have, and I kind of narrowed down to Xtreme Couture, and I've been kind of with this team for quite some time now. So I just wanted to carry on and just kind of like do a little upgrade in terms of the quality of training partners and obviously coaches,
Yeah, no, it's a great move, and like you mentioned, having the PI there, you're getting a lot of other fighters just traveling by because they want to take advantage of the PI. Now, do you like, in order to pay for everything out there? Did you pick up a job out there? Or do you have sponsors? How have you been able to sort of make ends meet while being out in Vegas the last 3 months?
I kind of like I just pretty much every single dollar from that I earned from UFC, I just kind of I saved every single dollar. I didn't spend a single kind of dollar, and I reinvest into myself because I know I can be on a top level. I know I can achieve it. So I just kind of like reinvested all the money that I got through UFC back into myself. I don't have a job, so I'm just training very, very hard, and I'm concentrating on beating every single guy I fight from now on.
Your last fight, I know, didn't go your way against Glover Teixiera at UFC on Fox 26 last December. What did you take away from that performance? What did you learn from that fight?
There is time to start training a little bit smarter and not so much harder. I've always been training hard, but smarter and more proper with the proper training partners that can simulate and that can give you good resistance and push you, and just kind of like put you in a positions where you've never been, so it doesn't just happen in a fight, you know. That whenever it happens in a fight, you're more used to that scenario because it did happen in training. But if nobody can do it in training, you know, that means it's good to kind of like travel and find someone who can put it on you. So that was the main thing. I was just trying to find like, you know, a camp with a lot of tough guys that are do this for a living, and they don't have any other jobs. They're full-time fighters, and I definitely have it here, and I'm extremely happy here.
Who are some of the training partners you get to work with? I've seen, Vinny Magalesh, who's in the PFL tournament, or in the playoffs now, I should say. Who are some of the other training partners you get to work with?
You know, a really good guy. I really like to work with Ronnie Marks.
Also in PFL, yeah.
Yeah, he's in the PFL. Also, I've been working with guys like Roy Nelson, you know, Baglarov Ivanov. He's the UFC fighter.
Fought Junior Dos Santos, great fighter.
Yeah, yeah. So there's just like a lot of guys that are very, very tough, and they are on a high level, and all they care about is just, you know, to be better fighters. They don't have any other jobs, and they just train, and it's just a really, really good, real kind of fight environment where we have a lot of guys. Each practice, each sparring, we have like, you know, like 60, 70 guys on a mat, which is really, really good. And some people come here from all over the world, from Russia, from China, from Japan, from Brazil, like, you know, a lot of tough guys, and they have something in common, and I share kind of same qualities as they do, and it feels like my second home, and it feels great. You know, it feels great. I'm only been here for 3 months, but I feel like I improved dramatically compared to being in training, kind of doing like same thing over and over again. And I'm kind of one of those guys. Like it's hard for me just to go somewhere for a training camp and train there for like a month or two and then just leave, you know? I want to really get like deep into everything. Like I want to be friends with coaches. I want to understand what they say, so we kind of speak the same language as fighters, you know. That's why I kind of like want to stay here a little bit longer and really soak up all the information, absorb, and just learning so much, you know. Just like working with guys like Ray Safo, and I mean, like, wow, like it's great training. You know, I'm very excited to fight and put a great performance, and just looking forward to October 27th. You know, I feel like finally now I'm in the right place, and I feel great.
How do you feel like you match up against Pat Cummins? That's your opponent here, 10-5 record. How do you feel like your skill set matches up against his?
You know, he's a very tough guy. He's very durable. You know, a lot of people, they kind of like, you know, right away go hard with him, but you know, he can take a shot. He's a very durable guy. He's a great wrestler, and it's a really great fight. You know, it's a really good matchup, I think, because he's durable, he's tough, and you know, I come off the loss, and he comes off the loss. It's just a great matchup. You know, it's a tough fight, like all the fights in UFC. It's a tough fight, but I feel like I'm very prepared for it, and I did all the right steps this time.
Okay. Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
For this corner, I'm gonna have Nick Nixick and Ray Safo. They're like they're the main two guys that I, you know, always work with, and they're gonna be in a corner, and one of my other friends, Rob Santos, is gonna be there as well. Um, but my main coach now is Ray Safo, and I work with him a lot, and I'm learning a lot from him. He's definitely like a walking encyclopedia of fighting. You know, he knows so much. He's been in so many fights, and it's great. You know, it's really good.
How do you see this fight playing out on the 27th?
It's gonna be interesting. I know he's gonna try to take me down. Um, and I'm gonna try to punch him in the face, you know. So we'll see. I think I'm gonna win. You know, I'm sure he thinks the same thing about himself, and it's just exciting. You know, I can't wait to be in Canada and put up a really really good fight.
Before I let you go here, I know you re-upped with the UFC, you signed a new contract. How many more fights are left on your contract heading into this fight?
I have 4 more fights.
And with that said, I mean, I know fights aren't guaranteed. Do you feel like this is a must-win fight? I hate to use that word, but you know, you've got 2 straight losses. How do you approach this fight? You know, just from coming off the losses.
Just just training hard. It's not the end of the world. Like one day you're the most talk, talked about prospect and all that, and next day you lose 2 fights, and anything can happen. This is life.
Yeah. So you're
We'll
not
lose.
stressing about it, basically.
I'm not stressing. I'm not stressing at all. I'm just putting in hard work. I'm working very hard. I'm making changes, and I'm trying to grow as a fighter. And I know where I can be. I felt a lot of guys that were on top, that were top of the food chain kind of thing, and I know how I did against them in training, and I just need to put everything together at the fight night, and there'll be better days. There'll be good days ahead.
And we're looking forward to it, man. This is a great card. It's UFC Fight Night 138 coming to us from Moncton on October 27th. Misha, I always appreciate the time, man. We've been doing these for years. I always appreciate you taking the time. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell everyone that follow me at Misha C901. That's my Instagram. That's pretty much the only social media I kind of use. And yeah, like follow me there. And all my sponsors, they're the people that support me and that follow me and click those likes. And those are my sponsors and those are my fans. And I cherish them a lot. And yeah, I hope to gain more fans. And October 27th, I'll show you why you should be following me from now on.